This video will demonstrate how to do term as well as final marks in MyEd. So I'm logged in and here I am on my landing page, and on my landing page I can see my courses. You will probably have a whole lot more than this, but you can see your courses here, and if you scroll over you can see the little grades icon right here. Clicking on this grades icon will take you right to the scores page of this course where you can enter marks specifically. You can also access your classes if you don't happen to see them from this screen by clicking on the gradebook top tab, and this is where you will see your courses. If again you don't see your courses here, you might have to change your filter. If you click on this little filter icon right here and you want to click on this year's classes, in doing so, what you do is you open up all the courses that are attached to your name, because if you don't see them directly here, you might not be the primary teacher for that specific class. To go to the scores page, check the box beside the course and click on the scores link in the tab on the side. This will bring you to the page where you actually enter marks. To ensure that you're entering marks for the correct term and in the correct space, clicking on the drop-down menu right underneath the grade columns, make sure that you are on the term. And over here will allow you to click on the correct term that you're entering marks in for. For the February report, you're entering it for try 2, and for the final report, you're entering it for try 3. To enter marks, just click on the cell where you would like to enter the marks. For K-7, you are entering the abbreviations for the performance scale. For grade 8 for this year, you are actually entering in the letter grade. So entering in the abbreviation for the performance scale and either clicking return or the down arrow will navigate you to the next cell. If you accidentally enter in the incorrect abbreviation for the performance scale, it will prompt you saying that that is not a valid grade, and it will remind you of the abbreviations that you could enter here. Once you're done entering the marks in this column, you can go ahead and enter in your comments. Clicking on the pen and paper icon will open up a text box basically where you can complete this. Once you're done entering in your comments, you can use the spell check feature and then navigate to the next student by clicking the save and navigation to the right, and that'll automatically bring you to the next student on the list. If you wish to duplicate specific marks down the list, you could use the Control D feature. So if I click on this cell right here, use Control D as my keyboard shortcut on my keyboard, I will then know that this mark will be copied for the rest of the students on this list. Wait until that yellow cell flashing has completed, because that means that it's saving it online and in the background, and then you can just go in and change any of the marks that you wish. This can be done with comments as well. However, if you have personalized comments entered into the student comment, and if you do the Control D, it'll overwrite those comments for whatever you have entered in the cell that you're copying down. Once you're done entering your comments and your marks, go ahead and post the grades. Posting the grades sends this to the office so that the office can actually print the report cards. I'm going to make sure that I am posting the correct term, and I want to post it for all of my students, and I click OK. What will happen is these green push pins will change to red, knowing that these marks have been posted. If you make changes after these marks have been posted, you must repost them. You will get a message saying that the marks have already been posted. Do you want to overwrite them? Click yes. You can then navigate to the next course on your list, and you can do that a number of ways. You can use the drop-down arrow right here and select another course. You can use the navigation arrows up top here and select to the previous or the next course, or you can go back and click on the class list and the breadcrumbs, which will bring up the list of classes again. To enter in a course-wide summary, this is done through the XTC course. So clicking on this and enabling the scores, what that does is it'll bring up your capability to enter in the comments only for this particular report card itself, not per course, but for the whole report card. This is where you would do a summary of maybe what you've covered over the year or over the term to date. Since you are entering the same comment for every single student as a course summary, you could use the Control-D method to copy the comment that you put in your top student all the way down for the rest of them. Once you're done entering marks for all of your students, you can go ahead and print out the report card so that you have a hard copy of it and you can proof any of the comments and marks that you've done. This is done by clicking on the Student Top tab and clicking on the drop down on the Reports tab. We're down to Report Cards. We're selecting K-9 3-term. We want to select Term 2 for your February report and Term 3 for your final. And if you are doing your final, click on User Specific Parameters and just make sure that the Display Final is selected here so that you can actually see the final mark that you have entered. Click Run, and this will create a PDF of all the report cards of the students in your class. It will have all of the courses that you've entered, the marks, as well as any of the comments that you've entered as well.